Good morning po to each and everyone, and welcome to our last episode this week of our devotion series entitled Christ Way. And I'm glad that you're here this morning. And since it's Friday, we may go a little bit longer ngayon by tackling starting chapter 7. And we're going to talk about one of the more misused verse here in the Bible, of course, and that is the "Judge not" verse. And I am sure that you've heard this from fellow Baptists, from fellow Christians, and I think more from people who really don't have a relationship with Christ. So yan po yung titignan natin. What does it really mean? And this is a pre-recorded devotion this morning. Kakatapos lang ng Bible and Coffee ngayon. I hope that you were able to join us. But it's pre-recorded because I'm going to be busy this morning. So na-record ko na po ito ngayon. Nevertheless, I'm still so grateful and so thankful that you're here. I hope that you have shared this video. Please do share the video. Help us na spread po natin yung ating devotion series and to be able to help even more people. You're a blessing po sa iyong patuloy po na pakikinig dito. So let's simulan po natin ang chapter number 7 of Matthew of our devotion series. Sabi po dito sa verse number 1 and 2, "Judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again." So kakatapos lang po sa chapter 6 na magdilang Panginoon sa atin towards our attitude in life. First of all, with our attitude with treasures, with our attitude, with our loyalty towards material things or to God, or the fact that we may live our lives full of worry about the things that God has already promised na ibibigay po sa atin as long as we are living our lives according to His will, and talaga pong ang ginagawa lang po natin ay patungkol po sa kanyang kalooban po sa ating buhay. So we also studied na sinabi din po ng Panginoon sa atin previously dito sa previous chapters that we are to live righteously and we are to live holy lives because ang Panginoon natin ay holy. And we have to be righteous as well because iyan ang bunga ng tunay na kaligtasan. Na namumuhay po tayo ng may pagbabago ang ating buhay, na tama ang ating ginagawa according to the Word of God. Kaso nga lang po, ang problema sa ating mga believers is that gusto natin, natignan natin ang sarili natin as righteous and holy. And one way na ginagawa po natin yan is to look at people, maghanap ng mali sa kanila, judge them, compare them to ourselves, and then we feel better about ourselves. Yan yung warning ng Panginoon dito. This is a wrong kind of judgment. And we are guilty of that. We know we're not perfect. Alam na natin agad yan. But we look around, even in church, and say na, yung kapatid na ito, minsan nga hindi dumarating yan pag Sunday afternoon. Sunday morning and afternoon ako nag-a-attempt. Napaka-righteous ko talaga. Yung kapatid na ito, ganito naman yan eh. Ako nga, hindi ko ginagawa yan eh. Napaka-righteous ko talaga. You know, sometimes yung holiness natin and righteousness natin nakadepende dun sa pagkakamali ng iba and the way we judge them and condemn them. When that is not the real, hindi po dapat ganun yung pagiging righteous natin. It's all about how God sees us and what God says, not about what others are doing. Now, the word judge here, hindi po ito yung katulad ng mga sinasabi, especially ng mga unbelievers na, huwag kang manghuhusga, huwag mong sabihin yan. Kahit na nakalagay pa sa Bible yan, you cannot say that because sabi ng Bible nyo, judge not, that ye be not judged. So, please don't use this verse that way. Because this verse doesn't mean that. Hindi po yan ang ibig sabihin nun. Kasi yung mga gumagamit nito, usually yung mga LGBT, yung mga tao na gusto nilang patuloy gawin yung buhay nila nang wala silang naririnig sa ating mga Kristiyano na preaching or warning sa kanila na mali yung inyong ginagawa, bigla ka nilang babatuhin ng judge not. Ay, huwag kayong manghuhusga. Hindi naman talaga nila gustong sabihin natin na sabihin sa patigilin tayo. Ang gusto nila is for us to accept their lives, for us to accept their way of living. So banggit na lang natin yung mga LGBT, their lives, same-sex yung kanilang mga kasama, and we know that that is sinful. What they want to say when they say na judge not is wag nyo kaming pakialaman at gusto namin na tanggapin nyo. And kaya nga sasabihin nila gusto ng Panginoon nyo na tanggapin. No, ang utos po sa atin ng Panginoon is not to accept their wrong ways. Ang utos sa atin ng Panginoon is to love them unconditionally, love them because they love these sinners. But we can love them without accepting their sinful ways. Hindi po yan ang ibig sabihin ng judge not. Hindi po yan ang ibig sabihin na huwag kayong manghuhusga. The word judge here simply means to condemn. Yung bang tuldukan mo na or para bang kung i-extreme ko tinitignan mo pa na lang pinapadala mo na siya sa impyerno. Yan po yung ibig sabihin. But that is not just by simply judging or assessing a person's lifestyle na mali, kasalanan niyan. We can of course do that according to the word of God. So we can love them but not accept their wrong deeds. In fact, pag sinabi sa iyo na huwag kang manghuhusga, sabi ng Panginoon, judge not. In the same chapter, sa verse number 15 and 16, it already contradicts their interpretation. Sabi sa verse 15 ng Matthew chapter 7, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So sabi ng Panginoon, ingat kayo, merong mga false prophets. Paano daw natin malalaman sa verse 16? You shall know them by their fruits. Sa kanilang action, sa kanilang ginagawa, sa kanilang buhay. Papaano po natin ito ma-apply kung hindi tayo huhusga? Papaano natin ito ma-apply kung hindi natin i-assess ang kanilang buhay? Sabi ng Panginoon, mag-ingat kayo sa kanila, makikilala nyo sila sa kanilang ginagawa, sa resulta ng ginagawa nila at sa kanilang pamumuhay. So that means, dapat natin tignan ang ginagawa nila, dapat natin tignan yung mensahe nila, dapat natin tignan yung kanilang lifestyle para malaman natin kung sila ay true prophets or false prophets. So that means we can judge. Pwede po tayong manghusga. Hindi po ibig sabihin ng judge na talagang para bang just turn a blind eye on everything. That is not what this means. So papaano po natin i-obey itong judge not na ito? Hindi tayo pa rin hindi sa maling paraan. So una, pagka tayo ay nagja-judge ng mga motibo ng tao, then yun ang maling judgment. Why? Because maliwanag ang Bible na kahit na sa tingin mong obvious na, pero ang Diyos pa din ang may alam ng motibo ng isang tao. So it's not our place to judge their motives. Para bang, si Brother Jong naman yan, nagdi-devotion yan kasi meron talaga masamang motibo yan. No, that is the wrong judgment. Why? You don't know my heart. You cannot see my heart. You don't know my motive. Sabi sa Proverbs 21:2, every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. Panginoon lang nakakita ng puso. Minsan nga, sarili mong puso hindi mo alam. Pagka tayo nag-judge, when you judge a person's whole life by its worst moments, yan din ang maling paraan ng pag-judge. Para bang nagkamali yung tao sa isang bagay, nagkamali siya sa isang aspeto ng kanyang buhay, tuldukan mo na. Ganyan naman talaga yan. Wala na siyang gagawing tama sa iyong mata. Yan naman ang maling klaseng judgment. Or yung wala ka nang nakita kung hindi yung pagkakamali na lang ng tao. Yun din naman ay maling klaseng judgment. And ito pang isa, when we judge without considering ourselves in the same circumstance. Yung para bang ang tindi, ang harsh natin humusga, ang harsh natin magkondena ng tao, na hindi man lang natin ma-imagine yung sarili natin, if we are in that same situation, anong gagawin natin? Sabi ng 1 Corinthians 10:12, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Kaya nga po hindi porke nahulog yung kapatid, nagkamali yung kapatid, aapakan mo na, pagtatawanan mo na, lalo mo pa siyang ida-down. Why? You have not been in that situation. And if you're in that situation, baka malala pa ang gawin mo. So having that kind of mentality in judgment, yan ay mali. Yan yung hindi yun yung bagay na tawag dito, yung tinatawag natin na unjust judgment. So anong point na Panginoon dito? So judge not that ye be not judged. For with that judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with that measure ye meet, it shall be meet to you again. So when you're judging, keep in mind that you are going to be judged as well. Yun. That's why we have to judge fairly. That's why we have to judge righteous judgment. And papaano natin gagawin yan? By using the Word of God. Ang talagang i-assess natin yung clear na talaga nakalagay sa salita ng Panginoon na hindi tama, then we have the right to judge those things. We judge for our own tawag dito, for our own benefit. Bakit? Pag alam nating mali, hindi natin sasamahan or tutulungan natin. We don't judge for the benefit, for the sake of just judging. Para bang, oh, mali ka, hindi ka tama, masama ka sa harap ng Panginoon, and then you take pleasure in that, then mali din yung iyong mindset when you are judging. Realize that sometimes ito po the reason why we wrongly judge others is because we ourselves don't meet the standard of that judgment that we are giving sa ibang tao. Yun yung tinatawag natin na double standard, na para bang meron ako makilala na mga Calvinist that they will, hindi naman lahat sila, may ilan lang meron akong isang kilala particularly, hindi ko napapangalanan. Talagang kukondemn nila yung hymnal na mali ang doktrina according sa Calvinism. There's a new name written down in glory. Hindi totoo yan. Kasi lahat from the foundation of the world na settle na yan. So there shouldn't be a new name written down in glory. Tapos pamaya nakita mo kumakanta ng Eminem na kanta. Mga may puno ng mura at sexual words. Pero yung hymnal, ang dali-dali nilang double standard. Di ba? Sana wag din naman po tayo ganun sa ating pag-judge. Remember that God will measure unto us the same measure that we use to judge others. That's why gawin po natin yung motivation to be gracious, to be forgiving, and to be understanding. Why? Kung papaano natin silang hinuhusgahan, it will be measured to us again. Tignan po natin verse 3 to 5. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, the beam is in thine own eye? So para bang, it seems like Christ is, para bang, of course, may humor ang ating Panginoon, and maganda yung humor niya dito. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So, what a great illustration. Ano pong pinapakita ng Panginoon dito? And I hope ma-realize nyo po natin ito, lahat tayo. We are far more tolerant sa ating mga pagkakamali kaysa sa pagkakamali ng ibang tao. Pag tayo nagkamali, ang dali nating i-justify yung sa ating pagkakamali. Kasi naman, kaya ako ginawa yon, maganda naman ang motibo ko kasi talagang wala nang choice. Pwede ko namang bawiin, pwede naman akong bumawi or whatever. Pag sarili mo, napaka-gracious, napaka-kind mo sa sarili mo. Pero pagdating sa iba, same mistake or maybe mas lower pa yung kanilang yung level ng mistake na nagawa nila. Hindi ka na pwede mag-song lead. Hindi ka na pwede mag-preach. Hindi ka na pwede sa ministry. Hindi, wag mo nang pakinggan yan. Ganyan talaga yung tao na yan. Di po ba parang sabi nga ng Panginoon, hipokrito ka naman? Napaka-hipokrito mo naman. Gusto mong tanggalin yung mote sa mata ng iyong kapatid, pero meron kang beam. Paano mo nakikita yun? Yun yung illustration ng another illustration of this is, remember when in John chapter 8, when the religious leaders were bringing this adulterous woman sa harap ng Panginoon at hinamon siya. Sabi sa law ni Moses, dapat ito patayin natin. Adulterous itong woman na ito. Anong gagawin? Sabi ng Panginoon Kristo. Tahimik ang Panginoon, sabi niya. Sige, yung walang pagkakamali, una na kayo bumato. Di ba? Yun yung ang ganda ng illustration kasi adulterous nga itong woman na ito. But these religious leaders ay meron silang mga kasalanan sa kanilang buhay na mas malaki pa kesa dun sa kasalanan nitong babaeng ito. So, they're trying to remove the mote of their brother's eye when they have a beam in front of their eyes. So, sabi na pa nun, masama ba na tulungan natin ang kapatid na nagkakamali, natulungan natin siyang maging tama, natulungan natin siya, husgahan natin na, Brad, mali yan, dapat ganito ang ginagawa mo, masama ba? Of course not. Dahil yun ang dapat natin gawin sa isa't isa. Pero sabi ng Panginoon, i-deal mo muna yung sarili mo. Yung ikaw muna. Yung problema mo muna. Yung munang ginagawa mo. And then, after that, tulungan mo yung kapatid. So, are you using this sa ating buhay? Sana po hindi tayo kabilang doon sa mga judge not judge not movement, na talagang wala ka na lang dapat i-judge. Dapat kaya mali na yung ginagawa, wag mo na lang pansinin. That is the extreme po 'yon. Pero meron din pong isa pang extreme sa atin naman mga believers. Nahusga na tayo ng husga ng mali ang ating panghuhusga. Doon po tayo sa tamang balance. We judge righteous judgment according to the word of God, according sa sinabi ng Panginoon, but considering ourselves as well. Kaya dapat when we judge and help people out of love, out of grace, out of yung talagang care natin sa kanila. Hindi yung kita mo na wala ka talaga sige, tulungan kita. Hindi po, that is unrighteous judgment. So, when we are judging, when we are looking at something, let's do it with humility. And sana po tama po dun sa konteksto ng salita ng Panginoon. I hope this helps you. I know na pwede pa natin ito pahabain, mas lalo ko pang we can spend more time in order to explain this better, but we are out of time. So let's try na sa Monday, try po nating palawakin if I see na pwede pa. If not, we'll move on to the next verses po. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope that you'll be faithful in your local church ngayon pong weekend. Prioritize your local church ministry, and then I'll see you again on Monday po. God bless you. Thank you.